Okay, I started the recording. Can you guys see like the logo? If possible, you can reply in the chat box if you can. Yeah, great. So, Assalamu alaikum everyone again. My name is Munif Rizvi. Welcome to the sixth tutorial for Applied Prop. Now, the thing is, we have to cover mostly distributions, and at the same time, just more of the content that was covered in sort of the last week of classes, so to speak. So I'll give you like 10 seconds to read the question. Meanwhile, I'll make my notes accordingly as well. So they've given you a function, a PDF, so to speak, and what we've and they've also specified a range for the PDF, and we have to find the value of k. To me, this is a very straightforward question because essentially what I have to do is I know the sort of case that if you take the integral of from all possible values of a PDF, basically the CDF of any random variable should add up to one, right? The CDF should add up to one. So I'm going to use that property to find the value of k because they've already specified a range for me. So what I'll do is, so they've given me fx is equals to kx cube. Now, the general notation that we do for these types of questions is that you have a range that goes from minus infinity to infinity for for any probability distribution function for x, and the idea is that should add up to one, right? That is the general convention. So in this case, because they've specified a range for me, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to input that range, and that should be minus 2 to 0 kx cube. This should add up to 1. Let me know if anything is not clear or eligible, so to speak, right? And I'll just do the integration of it, and that's kx4 to the um, kx4 to the power 4 upon 4 from 0, my bad, from minus 2 to 0, and that should be like 0 input करूंगा तो 0 ही होगा x की value regardless of whatever value of k I have, minus into k into minus 2 to the power 4 upon 4. Minus 2 to the power 4 is what? 2, 4, 8, 16. 16 divided by 4 is 4. My bad. And this basically adds, this basically becomes minus 0 minus 4k into equal, sorry, that's equal to 1. So k is equal to 1 upon 4. Very simple question, right? I hope there is not any concern in this. If not, I'll just directly move to part B. Now, part B says, Achha, I'll just be very clear here. Now, what this implies is that my fx is minus, no, not minus. Yes, positive, right? So it's x cube upon 4. That's my fx. Also, I want to emphasize one thing. Don't worry about sort of this working. I will make it very neat and will upload it like in within an hour of this tutorial. So I just want you to focus on like what my thought process is. I don't want you to focus on the working, but rather understanding why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay. Now, part B is basically saying find the CDF of the function. The thing is, in any general case, a good representation of the CDF is that you cover all possible values of x, right? That is what an ideal case is supposed to be. So, अगर उन्होंने हमें range बताई हुई है -2 to 0, that is just for one case. We need to define it for all possible values of x. So, in my mind, what are the three sort of ranges of values that I'm getting? Will be sort of three, like any value less than -2, any value greater than 0, and the third condition would be like the condition that they've given in the question. To be clear, what I'm trying to say is that what you need to find is this. And if you want to have a good representation of this range, it's basically the range starts from minus infinity and it goes to any particular value of x. कि अगर मैं कहूँ कि अगर मेरी x की वैल्यू ये है, तो उसकी CDF वैल्यू क्या होनी चाहिए for that particular range from minus infinity to that particular value of x. And that is what essentially what we're supposed to find. T basically parameter, don't worry about it. This is just the general notation of what I'm trying to say. Now I input this into sort of like what the question asked me to do is that I need to sort of clarify three particular ranges. So I'm going to write my ranges here. First range is for all values that k is equals to minus 1. Yeah, k is equals to minus 1. You're right. Yeah, k is equals to minus 1. My bad. Thank you for pointing it out. I'll just fix it here. Thank you for letting me know though. क्या करूं? ठीक है. Perfect. Thank you again. अब मैं the three ranges that I have are, I'm going to define them such that पहली range is for all values x is lesser than minus 2. That's my first range because again, और ये values क्या होनी चाहिए? If my range starts from sort of minus 2, what are all values of the CDF for anything lesser than minus 2? Can you guys let me know on what that should be? 0. Absolutely. So this value is 0. Again, based on the same principle, what will be the values for any value above x is greater than 0? अगर x is greater than 0 होगा तो आपकी CDF value क्या होनी चाहिए? For any value greater than x is greater than for any value which satisfies x is greater than 0. 1. बिल्कुल. Right? तो मैंने ये दोनों ranges define कर दिए हैं. अब I just need to find the value for the particular range जो question में defined है. ये range basically होगी minus 2 lesser than equal to x lesser than equal to 0. अब इसका अगर मुझे मालूम करना होगा, I have to sort of integrate it. Or I'm going to use the same convention. What's the least value in this range? जैसे याद है उसमें minus infinity, the general convention is you start from the lowest value and then you go to any particular value of x. इस condition में from minus 2 to 0, what's the lowest value of x that x can take? बिल्कुल minus 2. So it's minus 2 and it will go to any value of x और हमने अपना fx define किया हुआ है which is minus x cube over 4. Right? अब मैं I will integrate this. Again, I don't want to go into the working क्योंकि जैसे भी मैंने plus minus की गलती की है, there's a chance I can do it again. I'm very, very likely to do it again. But I just want you to get to the gist of what should the end result be. This will be the same as it is for x, that is minus x4 upon 16 minus for minus 2, that's basically minus 2 to the power 4 upon 16, and that is actually minus 1. Yeah, that's minus 1 minus minus plus 1, so that's minus x4 to the power upon 16 plus 1. So that is basically in essence that is what you will write here, and that is basically the representation of what your CDF values can be. It's always better if you write it like if you write the final answer properly. So fx, like ideally your final answer should be such that you write it in this form. एक तो 0 था, एक 0 था, एक 1 था और दूसरी वैल्यू क्या थी 1 माइनस एक्स upon 16, and these cover values for your specific ranges, which is this covers the range x minus 2, this covers the range for minus 2 less than equal to x less than equal to 0, and this covers for all values. Again, apologies for the terrible writing ways, legitimately writing kharab hai, for all values greater than x is greater than 0. Okay, so we're done with the CDF of x. When they say find the CDF of x, we need to cover all values of x. I'll move to part C now. Part C basically says that find the probability between x is minus 1.5 to 0.5. Note how they're being very clever, because your values are supposedly from minus 2 to 0, but they've also asked you for values greater than 0. आपको पता है for any value greater than 0 x की कोई probability है ही नहीं. So essentially, to simplify this question, what they're asking you to do is that you basically need to find the CDF from minus 1.5 2.5 of fx, or जो basically we've done this before, and you're going to use the sort of the equation जो हमने अभी ऊपर बनाई थी, like 16 minus x4 upon no, we're not going to use this equation. Rather, we can just directly integrate it from using the kx cube wala method, whatever is more convenient for you. ठीक है, I would the thing is usually होता है कि बाज लोग errors करते हैं, so I am more comfortable using the equation the question में ही given है, because ऐसे पे मेरे errors के chances less होंगे, क्योंकि आप लोगों का LMS वाले quizzes होते हैं, तो I would highly recommend that if you can avoid using your previous answer, I would highly recommend it. So I'm just going to use kx cube, minus x cube upon 4, and just directly compute that, and just tell me what the value should be. I'll give you guys a minute. I want you guys to do this question. Okay, ऐसे आपकी practice हो जाएगी. Just tell me what the final answer should be. In the meanwhile, I'll do my working as well, but I would highly encourage you guys to do some practice as well. If anyone can give me the answer, you can just write the answer in the chat box, or just like unmute yourselves and then just tell me the answer, whatever works. ठीक है, your answer should be 0.3164. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, my answer is correct. 0.3164. If anyone's not getting that answer, please just try to do your working again. If not, we can go over this after this. But are there any questions? I don't care about the value that you're getting. I more care about the approach that you're using, because if the approach is clear, then numbers ka dekh lenge baad mein. If there is no confusions, I'll move on to the next question. Also, if you want to see all the questions, they're uploaded on LMS. So if you feel like you need to see what the other questions are, you can download the file on LMS. Okay, I'll give you guys a minute to read this, because understanding the English will take some time. In the sense that if you get it, तो फिर आपका आधा सवाल तो हो ही गया. ठीक है, I'll start by working now for question 2. The amount of regular unleaded gasoline purchased every week at a gas station follows a normal distribution. So, ठीक है, they've told me my parameters and it's a normal distribution for what purchases. The starting supply of gasoline is 74,000 and there's a scheduled weekly delivery of 47,000. So from what I've gathered from this information is that you have a supply, you have a petrol pump in which you have a supply of gasoline and people go there and sort of purchase gasoline, right? तो आपका supply बढ़ रहा है लेकिन purchase से आपका वही supply कम हो रहा है. And they've so अगर मैं बस purchases को P के तौर पे define करूं, that is normally distributed with my mean being 50k and my variance being 10k square. Note के normal distribution की notations is with mean and variance. इन्होंने हमें mean और dev दिया हुआ है. So it's 10,000 square. Okay. So they've all another information that they've given me is that initially we had 74,000. Sorry, 740,000. Initially you had 740,000 and there's a scheduled delivery. So for every delivery you get 40,000 more, 47,000 more. But it's 74,000. It's not 740,000. Okay, so every week you have 47,000 more. Find the probability that after 11 weeks the supply of gasoline will be below 20,000. Okay, so what they're saying is आपके पास total supply हुई है for initial amount plus 11 times 47,000, that's your total supply, और आपका purchases एक certain amount हुआ है. We don't know that amount, or basically that whatever basically total supply minus total purchase, that value should be less than 20,000 और हमें basically probability निकालनी है. Note when they say probability we automatically need to find the purchase amount क्योंकि हमारा जो distribution जो बना है वो purchases से बना है, वो supply पे नहीं बना, वो total पे नहीं बना, वो खाली purchases से बना है. So जो भी हम distribution लगाएंगे that should be with respect to the purchases that we have. तो अगर मैं बताऊं कि मेरा total supply कितना है, total supply is basically 74,000 plus 11 into 47 नहीं कितना है, हाँ 47,000. I'll use my calculator to find the value. That's 591,000. ये मेरा total supply है. Now the equation that I have in my mind, अच्छा, this is with respect to any probability. अभी बस मैं common sense use कर रहा हूँ and try to decode the information. क्योंकि मुझे पता है whatever answer I need वो मुझे purchases के form में लाने हैं. तो अभी मैं जो भी कर रहा हूँ उसको किसी इस equation को ऐसे बना रहा हूँ ताकि मेरे पास कोई purchases का कोई sort of value या कोई expression आ जाए. ठीक है? Total supply minus total purchases is basically what should be the remaining value. ये इन्होंने बताया हुआ that's it should be below 20,000 और ये हमने define किया हुआ. So what I just did, it just made my life quite easy क्योंकि अब मेरे पास direct एक term आ गया कि total purchases should be such that they're 591,000 minus 20,000. Note since it's below 20,000 तो अगर मेरे डेल्टा की वैल्यू कम हो रही है तो मेरा टोटल परचेसेस बढ़ रहा है, राइट? तो बेसिकली माय टोटल परचेसेस should be greater than whatever this expression is, because what they says is we have to find the value for which it's below 20,000. 20,000 is the difference. If you decrease if you decrease the delta, your total purchases will increase. Hence why your total purchases will always be greater than the expression I made above. Is that clear? Okay. If there are any confusions, please let me know. Now, अब मैं इस expression पे I am going to apply normal distribution क्योंकि मैंने निकाल लिया है कि मैं purchases का expression क्या होना चाहिए. वैसे if I just directly find the value of this, ये क्या होना चाहिए? This should be what, 571,000. ठीक है, तो एक्चुअली इसमें तो कोई एक्सप्रेशन है ही नहीं, आई जस्ट हैव अ वैल्यू और मुझे इस वैल्यू पे नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लगाना है. दिस क्वेश्चन एक्चुअली I made it more complicated. It's actually quite easy. They've told me कि my value should be greater than 571,000. तो ये तो मैं डायरेक्टली बस इंपुट करना है नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन पे. नाउ अब मैं सारा प्रोबेबिलिटी वाली चीजें लगवाऊंगा, तो आई एम गोना चेंज माय कलर फॉर दिस. सो टू अप्लाई नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, your x should be such that it's greater than 571,000, and in the notations of normal distribution, Acha, one thing it's very important to note. I just realized it right now. They've said it's for जो हमें mean और dev define किया हुआ है, that's for 1 week. लेकिन हमने जो ये value calculate किया है, that's for 11 weeks. If you know the linear properties of any random variable or a linear function like a normal distribution, जैसे हमने पिछले quiz में ये बात test की थी, any अगर normal distribution है, if you have a mean x and is being multiplied by a scalar a, so basically the mean of that new function should be a into the mean of your previous variable x. तो अगर 50,000 हमारा mean था initially, so this will be 11 times 50k. Is that clear? अगर कोई confusion है, please let me know. I'll divide this. अच्छा, variance का क्या होता है? Basically, variance is a square times the variance of the other thing. क्योंकि वो variance है, मुझे standard def का निकालना है, so I'll square root that. So basically, what my expression for dev will be the square root of the scalar multiplied by the dev of the previous function. ठीक है? So this will be root 11 times 10k. Again, please let me know if there's anything that does not make sense to you. और बाय द जनरल नोटेशन यहाँ पे थोड़ी जगह कम पड़ रही है, बट द आइडिया इज जो बाकी पार्ट होता है, यू जस्ट राइट द एग्जैक्ट सेम एक्सप्रेशन अगेन, बस आप x की वैल्यू डाल देते हैं कि क्या है. सो इंस्टेड यू विल राइट द एग्जैक्ट सेम एक्सप्रेशन अगेन, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ x यू विल राइट 571,000. राइट, सो आई एम नॉट गोना राइट इट क्योंकि आई एम ऑलरेडी रनिंग शॉर्ट ऑन टाइम. और if you do any calculation, your z value should be such that it should be greater than 0.63. I'm going to use the z table, the जो नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का जो टेबल होता है उसमें I'm going to see what value of 0.63 आया. I've already noted it down कि मेरी sort of phi value क्या होनी चाहिए. But before I do that, one important thing I need to note is this is greater than 0.63. Your क्या कहते हैं, your normal distribution का जो table होता है, it gives you values for z less than a certain value, right? तो अगर मुझे accurately इसको depict करना है, तो it should be such that z should be less than 0.63. और मुझे basically जो phi value निकालनी है, it's for 1 minus the phi of 0.63. Right, and I've already noted down that value. That should be 0.2643. ठीक है, सही है. If there's any confusions, basically मैंने question solve कर लिया. Find the probability that after 11 weeks the supply of gas will be below 20,000. मैंने इसकी probability निकाल लिया. If there's no confusion, I'll move on to the next part. So the next part basically says that जी रहीम, आपका एक सवाल है.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम. वो जब हम किसी कांस्टेंट को वेरिएंस में डालते हैं तो हम उसको स्क्वायर करते हैं. हम ये कहते हैं ना कि
जी
कोई भी कभी, तो अगर हम 11 को मल्टीप्लाई करें तो 11 स्क्वायर मल्टीप्लाई बाय 10 के स्क्वायर होना था, और फिर उसका अंडर रूट लेते तो 11 इंटू 10 के होना था. हमने अंडर रूट 11 क्यों लिखा है?
देखिए, आपका लीनियर फंक्शन जो होता है, आई विल राइट दिस हियर. if you have a function y is equals to ax plus b, इसका मीन अगर मुझे ई वाई निकालना होगा, so that should be a into ex plus b. Is that clear?
जी
अब अगर
यस
मुझे वेरिएंस निकालना होगा, that should be a square, so a square into the variance of x. ये तो ठीक है ना? अब
यस
डेव के केस में क्या होगा?
a into standard deviation of x.
जी, तो अगर मिसाल के तौर पे अगर ये स्क्वायर हो रहा है, वेरिएंस के केसेस में ये स्क्वायर हो रहा है, तो अगर इफ आई नीड टू फाइंड द वैल्यू फॉर द वेरिएंस, तो फिर वो तो स्क्वायर रूट ही होना चाहिए ना?
हम वेरिएंस निकालेंगे तो उसका वेरिएंस क्या आएगा? 11 स्क्वायर इंटू 10 के स्क्वायर.
हाँ, 11
सही.
स्क्वायर, हाँ 11 स्क्वायर इंटू 10, हाँ बिल्कुल.
अब मैं इसका अंडर रूट ले लूंगा तो 11
नहीं
इंटू
एक्चुअली
10
नहीं
के.
नहीं 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 एक्चुअली
अच्छा.
नहीं, इट वुड बी 11 into 10 के स्क्वायर. इट वुड बी
मीन तो
11 into
11 से
10.
बड़ा है. a इधर हमारे पास 11 है ना.
आपका ए, आपका स्केलर, जी
अज्यूम कर.
जी जी, आपका स्केलर 11 है जी.
तो 11 स्क्वायर नहीं होना चाहिए, मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ.
नहीं देखें
11 स्क्वायर वेरिएंस के लिए होगा, मगर जब उसका अंडर रूट लेंगे तो
देखें,
11 इंटू द स्टैंडर्ड डिवीजन.
आपका जो डिनोमिनेटर होता है, वो डेव होती है नीचे, ठीक है? योर एक्स माइनस मीन अपॉन योर डेव, ठीक है? ये तो
हाँ
बात
तो
सही है ना?
11. तो हाँ
तो
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ.
अगर वेरिएंस मुझे जनरली निकालनी होती,
जी
नॉर्मल केस में अगर स्केलर नहीं होता, तो ये होता एक्स माइनस 50,000 अपॉन 10,000 ना? अगर
सॉरी.
देखिए आपका डेव 10,000 है, ठीक है? अगर मैं
सही है.
नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन निकाल रहा होता, तो इट वुड हैव बीन एक्स माइनस 50,000 अपॉन 10,000,
ओके.
ठीक है? अब अगर मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि मुझे अब ये स्केलर इनकॉर्पोरेट करना है, तो मुझे किसी तरीके से उसको कन्वर्ट करना है, जो मुझे ऊपर वाली जो टर्म मिली हुई थी, क्या कहते हैं, वेरिएंस की, उसको मुझे कन्वर्ट करना है. मुझे ये बात पता है फ्रॉम प्रीवियस नॉलेज कि द वेरिएंस ऑफ y इज ऑलवेज a स्क्वायर द वेरिएंस ऑफ x, है ना?
सही है
तो
जी.
if I want to find the standard dev of that function, right, I will basically sort of क्या कहते हैं, square root both sides
जी
उसकी, है ना? अब the thing is, मुझे जो बताया जा रहा है, I have an idea. How about this? If this is causing you any trouble, क्योंकि I realize I need to cover much more material and I've been messaged by the other TA that I need to cover this. Can I discuss
ओके
this with you after this tutorial?
ओके
क्योंकि
ओके.
I know how to explain this
सही
to
है.
you, but it will
जी
take me
जी.
some time. ठीक है?
ओके
But अभी for the time being, assume that it should be the square root of that number scalar. ठीक है? I will explain this in
ओके
proper detail after the tutorial.
ओके.
ठीक है? Again, I'm sorry अगर मैं आपको फौरन नहीं समझा पाया. ठीक है? अब पार्ट बी मुझसे कह रहा है, ठीक है, I'll look at part B. How much would the weekly delivery be so that after 11 weeks the probability that the supply is below 20,000 is only 0.5%? So what they've done is that they've given me the probability जो उसूली तौर पे जो आखिरी वैल्यू होनी चाहिए, जो एंड वैल्यू होनी चाहिए, they've given me that, and I need to sort of find the value of A, or basically this the amount of petrol purchased, so to speak. वो मुझे अभी निकालना है. It should be such that मेरी जो final probability आनी चाहिए, that should be equals to 2.005. Now I'm going to denote the amount of petrol that needs to be purchased as A. अपनी आसानी के लिए A, एक second. A is basically petrol purchased. पता है gasoline है, but अपनी आसानी के लिए कह रहा हूँ. So based on the equation that we had before, you had 74,000. You added it with the number of weeks, that was 11, and you multiply it by the amount of petrol purchased, right? So right, ये not the मैंने गलत कह दिया. A should not be the amount of petrol purchased, but rather A should be the delivery जो हो रही है, because the unknown is the delivery period, so to speak, right? Because the question is asking me for the weekly delivery, right? तो the parameter that I need to make जो बाद में purchase के normal distribution पे लगेगी should be A, क्योंकि सवाल ही कह रहा है कि I need to find the weekly delivery. तो A is basically the not the petrol purchased, but rather the weekly delivery. कि एक हफ्ते में कितना पेट्रोल या गैसोलीन सप्लाई हो रहा है स्टेशन पर. So 74,000 plus 11 times A minus the purchase. ये वही x का पैरामीटर में वापस I'm using x, या चलिए मैं इसको TP कह देता हूँ, and it should be such that, अच्छा क्वेश्चन क्या कह रहा है, is below 20,000 again. तो अगर मुझे नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लगाने, एवरीथिंग शुड बी इन टर्म्स ऑफ परचेसेस, राइट? ठीक है, अब मुझे इस पे नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन लगानी है. आई एम गोना राइट दैट सेम एक्सप्रेशन अगेन जो हमने बेसिकली यहाँ पे लिखे थे. अच्छा मैं x की जगह, चलो x वापस ही लिख देता हूँ. ठीक है, और फर्क ये है कि इस बार उन्होंने हमें बताया हुआ है कि दिस वैल्यू शुड बी 0.005, क्योंकि इट शुड बी बिलो 0.5, राइट? तो 0.5%, so like 0.005. Now the thing with this case is, when if they've sort of given you the probability, right, कि 0.005 है, so you're going to use the table and see कि किस z value पे आपका 0.005 आता है. ठीक है, and वो जो z value होती है, I've written it down, that z value is 2.58. ठीक है, so now I'm going to input this with the same expression जो मैंने पहले निकाला था for the normal distribution, कि x minus 11 times the mean upon root 11 times the dev. ठीक है, note this is one expression. And this should be equal to 2.58. Note in this case, there's only one expression that's unknown, and that's A. So if you just directly input this, you will get the value of A, which I think should be, what, I'll calculate it right now. It should be 52870. आपकी A की वैल्यू ये होनी चाहिए. So which basically implies that the weekly delivery should be 52,870 gallons. ठीक है, so we're basically done with question 2 now. Apart from Rahim's question about route 11 कैसा है, are there any other questions? Again, Rahim, again, I apologize, but I will explain this in detail post the tutorial.
Manif, I have a question.
जी,
In
जी.
part A, how Ts minus Cp is equal to 20,000?
Basically,
वो explain करते हैं.
अच्छा देखें, क्वेश्चन मुझे बता रहा है कि if you read the question, basically you have a station, इनमें से you have a supply of petrol, ठीक है, and वहां पे petrol gets purchased. आपका सप्लाई कैसे इंक्रीज हो रहा है? आपका सप्लाई एक तो इनिशियल अमाउंट है, plus the weekly जो weekly delivery होती है of that sort of gasoline. तो आपका जो सप्लाई बढ़ रहा है वो इन दो फैक्टर से बढ़ रहा है और वो डिक्रीज कैसे हो रहा है आपके परचेसेस से. तो बेस्ड ऑन दैट इंफॉर्मेशन मुझे पता है कि इफ आई नीड क्वेश्चन मुझसे कह रहे हैं कि आई नीड टू फाइंड द रिमेनिंग सप्लाई ऑफ गैसोलीन आफ्टर 11 वीक्स और कह रहे हैं कि that supply should be lesser than 20,000. So I needed to make an expression in which I'm linking the number of weeks with the weekly delivery rate with the total supply, so I can sort of make an expression for the total purchases of that sort of 11-week period. तो उसकी वजह से मैंने ये सारी जो इन्फॉर्मेशन जो टेक्स्ट में गिवन थी ना उसको मैंने accumulate किया कि how can the supply be below 20,000 if you have a total supply initial plus the weekly delivery minus the total amount of gasoline that's been purchased. इसकी वजह से ये आपकी expression आई है. I hope I was able to answer your question. Also, I think the call is ending in a minute, so please join the link again. If the call ends right, you know what? I'll end it right now. Please join the call from the same link. Okay? I'm ending the call now. Okay, now I'll move to question 3. Question: commonly a car cooling system are controlled by electrically driven fans. As summing the lifetime can be modeled by an exponential distribution. So they've given me an exponential distribution and they've also given me a lambda as well. Find the proportion of fans which will give at least 10,000 hours service. Okay, this question seems pretty straightforward. If you know exponential distribution, so exponential distribution का जो general term होता है, that's basically PT should be greater such that it should be equal to minus lambda t. Okay, this is the general term for an exponential distribution. Now the question says which will give at least 10,000 service hours. So what the question is asking me to do is I should find t greater than 10,000 for a lambda जो उन्होंने मुझे बताया हुआ है is 0.0003. Now t क्या it should be greater than 10,000. Now this is the easy part, so to speak. आपको बस if you know your exponential distribution, so you just have to directly input it. This value should be e to the power minus 3, and that is, I think, somewhere close to 0.05. Okay, part A was very easy. Part B पे आते हैं, if the fan is redesigned so that its lifetime may be modeled by an exponential distribution with lambda 2 is to, ठीक है, would you expect more fans or fewer? Basically हमें check करना है कि अगर मैं lambda 2 की value डालूं और t की value same रखूं, will I have a value greater than more? Again, it seems pretty straightforward. We just have to input that value of lambda 2 और हम उस पर आ जाएंगे. Personally speaking, I think this is a very easy question. The question that we covered regarding exponential distribution in the last tutorial was a bit more challenging. So if you want practice on exponential distribution, I'd highly recommend you go over the last question of the last tutorial. But I'll do this either way. Basically, मुझसे ये कह रहे हैं कि your P again should be greater than 10K. And with you, now you have a new lambda, which is 0.0035, and I'm going to input 10K into this. Uspe my value comes out to be e to the power minus 3.5. So that's here 0.03. Okay, so it's very important to write a statement that yes, it will be lesser. Okay, because your probability is decreasing, hence why you're expected to see fewer fans to last like 10,000 hours service. Okay, it's very important to write an expression because in सवालों में you have 1 mark based on the interpretation of what the question is asking you to do. Okay, if there are no questions, ideally nahi hone chahiye. It seems pretty straightforward. I'll move on to the next question. Please note that there's an important example that we need to cover in the end of this tutorial after the 6 questions that Sir wanted me to cover. It's regarding chi-square distributions and basically why standard normal is used and why is it important. Basically signal processing mein it's very useful. Okay, question 4. I The thing is, I would really want feedback from you guys as well, and I want you guys to work on these questions as well, ताकि आपकी quiz की practice हो जाए या test की practice हो जाए. So, if you guys want, I can take a back seat on this question, and I can take feedback from you guys on how you would do this question, whatever you guys prefer. Because the thing is, I can keep on talking, but I have no idea whether it's helping you or not. Can anyone write on the chat? So I'll move on. The time I would highly recommend आप लोग भी ये साथ साथ कर लें, please. The time interval between successive barges passing a certain minute have an exponential distribution. ठीक है, so the time between two barges with a mean 8 minutes. हाँ, this is a very good exponential distribution क्योंकि इसमें लोग गलतियाँ बहुत करेंगे. Find the probability that the time interval between two successive barges. Can anyone just tell me what should be my e to the power lambda? What should be my lambda key value? I just want that information. What will be my lambda in this case? Any guesses? It's fine if it's wrong. I just want an idea कि आपको क्या लगता है कि क्या lambda होना चाहिए? ठीक है. There are two answers: 1/8 and 8. See, that is why there's an error. क्योंकि the thing with an exponential distribution is that the lambda should be such that it should be 1 upon the mean value. The lambda is not the mean. The lambda is 1 upon mean. This is something that Sir has covered in class. And intuitively, it makes sense because usually your lambdas for an exponential distribution to work, it should be in decimals, so to speak, not like a whole number or rather any value greater than 1, so to speak. It should be in points ताकि you have a decaying function. क्योंकि exponential distribution यही होता है ना कि it's a decaying function. So your lambda should be 1 upon it. That was the main thing that I wanted to cover in this question, that you don't make the same mistake in the paper, that your lambda is 1 upon mean or 1 upon the expectation. It is not exactly the mean. Okay? Now, the fact that you've gotten that knowledge, this question is very straightforward because your lambda is 1 upon 8. Note, अगर आपको ये बात पता नहीं हो ना, you're straight away getting 0 क्योंकि पहला step ही यही होता है. So part A is find the probability that the time interval between two successive barges is less than 5 minutes. अच्छा, मुझे नोट करना है कि ऊपर उन्होंने यूनिट्स क्या दिए हैं क्योंकि ये ट्रिक होता है कि अगर एक्सपोनेंशियल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है द यूनिट्स नीड टू बी कंसिस्टेंट. इस पे आसानी है कि उन्होंने मिनट्स पे ही दिया हुआ है, मुझे यूनिट्स कन्वर्ट करने की जरूरत नहीं है, बट प्लीज मेक श्योर यू चेक द यूनिट्स. ठीक है. सो P शुड बी लेस देन 5. अच्छा, exponential में what happens when you have an a term which is like, मैं यहाँ लिख देता हूँ, when you have t is lesser than t, so that's basically 1 minus e to the power minus t. ठीक है. So this value is 1 minus e to the power minus 1 upon 8. Again, please note it should be decimals. आपका t बेशक whole number हो सकता है because that is the parameter you're testing on. लेकिन your lambda should be in decimals. ठीक है. Very straightforward. Now your answer should be 0.46. But the thing is, that is a trick that you need to get at the start. Part B is saying find a time interval t such that we can be 95% sure that the time interval between two successive barges will be greater than t. So what I'm getting from this is that pt okay, ठीक है. ये मैं part B का लिख देता हूँ. This is the sense that I've gotten from what the question is asking me. It should be greater than t, and the value of whatever I'm calculating should be 0.95. ठीक है, तो मुझे ये t की वैल्यू मालूम करनी है कि ये t क्या हो सकता है. So 1/8 into t should be equal to 0.95. Note I'm using e to the power of minus 1/8 into t and not 1 minus e to the power जो भी है, क्योंकि again t lesser than t और t greater than t पे आपका जो probability की value होती है वो different हो जाती है. Sir has covered this extensively in the class. लोग extensive के versions different होंगे, but for me it's extensive. And again, it's just very straightforward now. We just plug in the values. I'm not going to get into what the final value should be, but आपको like ln.95 multiplied by 8 and minus that answer, that should be your value of t. ठीक है? If there are any questions, I'm more than happy to take them. If not, I'll move to the next question. ठीक है, question 5. Entry to a certain university is determined by a national test. The test and scores are normally distributed. और उन्हें mean बताया हुआ है और def बताया हुआ है. Tom wants to be admitted to this university and he knows that he must score better than 70% of students. Tom takes the score and scores 585. Will he be admitted to this university? पता है क्या इस question में I think usually for your information these questions are basically questions that students have historically struggled on. हालांकि एक दो question ऐसे होंगे जो आसान लगे होंगे लेकिन statistically people have struggled on some of these questions. I think इस question में सबसे ज़्यादा बड़ी problem ये कि they've given you too much information and you need to find out कि आपको exactly निकालना क्या है. Basically कहना चाह रहे हैं कि अगर टॉम का स्कोर ये है like 585 तो will he be greater than equal to will he be greater than equal to 70%? That is what the question is asking me to do. Now they've given me a percentage, they've given me a score and they've given me everything, so to speak, right? जो normal distribution में चाहिए होता है. Usually लोग ना values गलत input कर देते हैं and that is something that I want to stress on. मुझे इसके दो अप्रोचेस हो सकते हैं. Either you can use 70% and use that to calculate कि आपका 70% पे क्या स्कोर आना चाहिए, या you can start with the score and see कि उस स्कोर पे आपकी probability क्या आती है. I'm going to do the latter because I am more comfortable with that क्योंकि conventional normal distribution ऐसे ही काम करते हैं. तो n उन्होंने हमें define किया हुआ है कि it's 500 and it's 100 square. Note 100 is the dev, it's not the variance. अब मुझे निकालना है he scores 585. ठीक है, नॉर्मल जो कन्वेंशनल केस होता है नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का तो वो इस फॉर्म में होता है. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू इन टर्म्स ऑफ द पूरी जो लंबी वर्किंग होती है, आई एम जस्ट गोना डायरेक्टली इनपुट के क्या आंसर होना चाहिए बिकॉज आई हैव कवर्ड दिस बिफोर इन द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन कि आपको क्या लाइक व्हाट आर द स्टेप्स. तो आई एम जस्ट गोना डायरेक्टली इनपुट 585 into the mean which is 500 upon 100. इस पे मेरी z वैल्यू आती है 0.85. So I need to find a phi for 0.85. You will check the table and you will see that the value should be 0.80234. It's a very straightforward question if you think about it. 0.80 की probability आ गई है. So what's your answer? Yes, Tom will get admitted to this university because he is above 70%. ठीक है. Again, आप लोग some of you might be thinking कि तो बहुत आसान है, इसमें क्या मसला हुआ है, but again historically people have struggled in this question, तो इसलिए you should know where people are struggling, have been struggling बेशक when they've done their quizzes or whether they've done their test assignments. ठीक है. Again, it's very important to write why. Why not use x is greater than? फर्क नहीं पड़ता क्योंकि the thing is आप कर सकते हैं लेकिन फिर आपकी जो प्रोबेबिलिटी आएगी वो आपको वो फिर भी माइनस करना होगा एंड इवेंचुअली जब आप वो वैल्यू निकालेंगी that will be something around like 0.2 or something and then you will have to minus that from 1 to see कि आपकी प्रोबेबिलिटी क्या आ रही है. Eventually it's the same thing. Again इस क्वेश्चन करने की various approaches हैं, all are fine. It's just your method or your process should be sound कि क्वेश्चन मांग क्या रहा है मुझे निकालने कैसे करने के बहुत तरीके. So 100% you can use x is greater than 585, but उससे फिर आपकी वर्किंग थोड़ी लंबी हो जाएगी, ठीक है, बट हाँ आप यूज कर सकते हो. Are there any questions? ठीक है, I'll move to the next question. ठीक है. अच्छा, again, this was a question when I saw it, I did not know why people were struggling in this question. But then again, there is a high probability कि मैंने भी ऐसे questions गलत किए होंगे. So they've defined that x is a uniform distribution. ठीक है, x is uniform for 0 to 1. And अच्छा, x is a different distribution and y is a different distribution. जिसमें x तो बेशक यूनिफॉर्म है, y it's a 2-point distribution, not any conventional distribution. It's just a point-based distribution. I think it's a Bernoulli distribution, not a Bernoulli distribution. It's just a normal distribution in which they've given you values for certain values of x. इनकी अभी हमें probabilities निकालनी पड़ेंगी, ठीक है. So y ये information समझना बहुत जरूरी है. Y is equal to fx. So y is 1 when x is lesser than 1/3 and y is 2 when x is greater than 1/3. ठीक है. So if I need to find अच्छा, question mark क्या है, find the expected value of y. For me to find the expected value, I need to know the probabilities of all values of y. So my first task is to find p is equals to y1 and p is equals to y2. What happens when p is equals to y1? Like 2x. Achha, x is a uniform variable from 0 to 1. And if they said that x is lesser than 1/3, so that basically means that you have this expression for x, and similarly you have the same case for 2, for 1 and 2. Okay? Again, this should be intuitive, but I want feedback because I'm not getting enough feedback. What should be the value of probability of 0 less than x less than 1/3? Considering it's a uniform 1/3. Can I get more answers? Do you guys think that यही answer है या कोई और answer होना चाहिए? Yeah, at least Rahim, can you just explain to me why it's 1/3?
यूनिफॉर्म डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है, इसकी हाइट ये 0 से 1 है तो इसकी हाइट भी 1 होगी.
Absolutely.
तो 1/3 से हम एरिया अंडर द कर्व 1/3 into 1 कर देंगे.
Absolutely. Imagine आपकी ऐसे होता है, आपका यूनिफॉर्म डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का मतलब ये होता है कि if this is a point A and this is a point B, this is a value such that ये जो आपकी y की वैल्यू होगी ना, ये ऐसे होगी कि 1/b minus है. It goes from 0 to 1, 1/1 minus 0, that's 1. So for any value of y it's 1. अब the thing is, since it go, क्योंकि अगर देखा जाए सारी individual values are basically the same, right? So if I go from 0 to 1/3 और आपका total area is 1, this total area is 1 into 1, right? तो अगर मुझे partition करना हो कि ये मुझे बस ये 1/3 है, so naturally this area will also be 1/3, right? So this value is 1/3, naturally this value will be 2/3 then. Again, बहुत चालाकी लोग कर सकते हैं to throw you off कि अगर x is a uniform variable from 0 to 2, तब यह आ सकता है. I'm just telling you, it's not always 0 to 1. 0 to 1 is the easiest case that you can have in a uniform variable. But you should have an idea कि अगर आपका uniform variable मिसाल के तौर पे -1 से 1 तक हो, तो फिर क्या केस बन सकता है. ठीक है, अब मैंने probabilities निकाल ली हैं. It's very easy now for me. At y1, value is 1 and the probability of that is, मैं अभी ey निकाल रहा हूँ ना. At y is equals to 1, my probability is 1/3, plus at y is equals to 2, my probability is 2/3. ठीक है, so that should be 5/3. ये मेरी expectation है. अब मैं variance पे आता हूँ. variance का formula क्या होना चाहिए? If you have this question, variance का what's the formula? You can just tell me in words. या ऐसे बता दो. चलो मैं बता देता हूँ. that is the formula of a variance, right? ये मुझे calculate करना है अभी, ये मैंने calculate कर लिया है, so this is already 5/3 square. EY स्क्वायर का मतलब ये है कि जो आपकी y की वैल्यू इसको स्क्वायर करें विद द सेम प्रोबेबिलिटी, तो 1 स्क्वायर इंटू 1/3 प्लस 2 स्क्वायर इंटू 2/3, ठीक है? You add this value, you subtract it with this value, that should be your answer. ठीक है? Pretty standard, right? I hope इसमें कोई मसला नहीं हो. With that, I am done with like the tutorial questions. Now I need to go over the signal processing example that I covered in class. Now, the important thing that you need to know, and for reference, if you need to get an idea of what I'm talking about, it's page 14 of the last lecture, like lecture 5, I think, PDF 5 hai, according to sir, I think. Okay? Now, the case is such that you have a chi-square random variable, and the thing is, what happens in a chi-square variable is that you have various zi's that go to zn, and all zi's are independent standard normal variables. ठीक है? So the topic is this. उसकी मैं आपको एक एग्जांपल बता रहा हूँ कि if you have independent standard normal variables जो आपस में different हैं, how do you deal with that in a question? और उसका सबसे जो basic example, जो most common example है, वो signal processing का. What signal processing means is that there's a boat anywhere, I have to give it a signal. Okay? So the signals can be either in two forms. Either it can be +1 voltage or -1 voltage. That is like the signal I can give to something that's far away. Okay? Or okay, you have a signal. A problem ये आ जाती है when you if you're transferring a signal across distance, a very large distance, there is a chance that that signal might get distorted with noise. ठीक है? It can get distorted with noise. और the thing is, हमने noise को conventionally जब define करते हैं ना, basically the issue is you need to problem comes that there's a very high chance for you to get an error. मिसाल के तौर पे अगर मैं एक सिग्नल +1 सेंड कर रहा हूँ, एक नॉइज की मैग्नीट्यूड ऐसे हो सकती है कि वो जो +1 का जो वैल्यू होनी चाहिए ना, इट माइट बी 0.3, इट माइट बी 0.4, इट माइट ऑल्सो बी -0.1, इट कैन ऑल्सो बी 0. नॉइज के हिसाब से आपका जो सिग्नल है वो डिस्टॉर्ट हो सकता है, एंड इट कैन बी वेरी प्रॉब्लमैटिक. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू मॉडल नॉइज एडिशन, कि आप नॉइज को कैसे मॉडल कर सकते हैं फॉर एनी अदर रैंडम प्रोबेबिलिटी है, क्योंकि यू नीड टू फाइंड द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ एन एरर अगर इफ यू आर ट्रैवलिंग अ सिग्नल फ्रॉम वन प्लेस टू अनदर. और कन्वेंशनली नोटेशन ये होता है या रूल ये होता है कि आप नॉइज को ना एक गॉसियन रैंडम वेरिएबल से मॉडल करते हैं. ठीक है? गॉसियन रैंडम वेरिएबल का मतलब ये हुआ कि इट्स अ नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, a standard normal distribution with mean 0 and a certain variance, or at a certain sort of deviation. Okay? But the important thing is for noise, it's the mean is 0 and there's a certain deviation. Okay? Now I've defined what a signal is. Okay? ये S है, ठीक है, and I've defined what a noise is. अब I need to find the probability of the error that you can have. What मतलब मैंने भी आपको बताया कि errors क्या हो सकते हैं, कि one error could be you're getting, मैं आपको एक अंदाजा बता रहा हूँ कि you're getting a +1. अच्छा, नोट करें कि अगर आप दूसरे साइड पे ना, उनको दिमाग में पता है कि you can either get a 1 or you can either get a -1. ठीक है? So the idea is one error could be you're sending a +1 but it's being decided as 0.1, sorry, -1. ठीक है? यहां से सेंड हो रहा है और यहां पे वो लोग डिसाइड कर रहे हैं कि क्या है. ठीक है? और दूसरा एरर ये हो सकता है कि you're sending a -1 and it's being decided as a +1. ठीक है? So these are the two cases that we need to sort of define. One thing that I will highly stress on is that you will later notice how the deciding value, कि आपने कैसे decide किया कि ये -1 है +1 है, that is conditioned on what value has been sent, right? अगर आप errors की probability निकाल रहे हैं ना, you need to have an idea on it. Basically the error key probability is dependent on what value that you sent initially, like what is the true value that you actually sent. Okay, so now if s is equals to 1, अगर basically sent मैंने 1 किया हो, तो मैं ये कह सकता हूँ कि my y is basically the summation of like the signal that you sent plus what's been decided, plus with the noise as well. तो अगर because it's a Gaussian variable and where the mean is 0 of the noise, अगर मैं signal 1 send कर रहा हूँ तो इसका अगर normally distribute करना हो तो इसका mean 1 होना चाहिए, because उसूली तौर पे the signal that I'm sending is 1. इसकी मैं आपको graphical interpretation दिखा देता हूँ, ठीक है? This is the sort of deviation. This is basically the normal distribution of the values that for which it can be decided. Ideally, you would want it to be exactly 1. इसकी वजह से उसकी probability सबसे ज़्यादा 1 की ही होनी चाहिए. But there is a chance that it can be received as 0 or anything less than 0. ठीक है? ये जो सारी values है ना, ये हो सकती हैं. Basically, problem ये आ सकता है कि for any value, मिसाल के तौर पे अगर किसी दूसरे एंड पे कोई बंदा डिकोड कर रहा है, अगर वैल्यू ग्रेटर देन 0 होगी ना तो उसको लगेगा कि वैल्यू 1 होनी चाहिए. लेकिन अगर वैल्यू आपकी 0 से कम आ रही है तो उसको लगेगा कि जो एक्चुअल जो सिग्नल सेंड हुआ है वो तो फिर -1 होना चाहिए. ठीक है? तो एंड दैट इज द सेम केस for which अगर आपका s is equals to 2 हो, but it will be on the other side of the sort of distribution, कि आपका यहाँ पे तो आपका, हाँ, कि आपका यहाँ पे तो 1 आ रहा है, ठीक है? Actually नहीं, this should be -1, क्योंकि सबसे ज्यादा वैल्यू अगर आपका एक सिग्नल 1 था तो आपका दूसरा सिग्नल -1 होगा, तो आपकी सबसे ज्यादा प्रोबेबिलिटी -1 पे ही होनी चाहिए ना. सो दिस इज अ वैल्यू जहाँ पे 0 है, तो अगर वो 0 से ग्रेटर है तो यू डिसाइडेड एज 1, अगर 0 से कम है तो यू डिसाइडेड एज -1. ठीक है? ये 0 से पॉइंट, ये दिस इज द मेन पॉइंट. ठीक है? So you have these various cases, and note that it because you're finding the probability of an error, what we're trying to model is the probability of error. Kyunki it's an error, it is conditioned on what the actual value was of the signal that you sent. Okay? So I'm going to denote the probability of error as PE, and that is basically the sum of if you sent +1, okay, and it was decided as -1. And what I mean by that is ये वाली condition कि वो lesser than 0 थी, ठीक है? And the same case for -1 कि you sent -1 and it was received as 1. ठीक है? अब मैं ये तो and condition है ना, I need to expand it. मैं इसको solve करना चाहूँ तो मैं कैसे करूँगा? I'm going to use conditional probability. I'm going to make a condition probability है आपका conditioned s पे हो रहा है, because that was the initial thing that you sent, right? It is conditioned on s. So it is y is equals to -1 conditioned on s is equals to 1. और क्योंकि हम conditional probability लगा रहे हैं तो आपका एक और फैक्टर आएगा p s is equals to 1 plus p y is equals to 1 conditioned on s is equals to -1 into p s is equals to -1. ठीक है? अब मैं इसको सॉल्व करना चाहूंगा, मैं कैसे करूंगा? लेट्स ब्रेक इट डाउन. Again, note that this is an example. So if this seems complicated, note के सर भी आपको ये concept समझा रहे हैं, तो आपको immediately समझ नहीं आएगा, आपको आहिस्ता आहिस्ता धीरे धीरे समझ आएगा. but this is the best example for क्या कहते हैं chi-square distributions के how you deal with various distributions. My meeting will end in 10 minutes. I will try to end this question as quickly as I can. जो बाकी questions होंगे, I will start another call. ठीक है? अच्छा, what do I mean when I say P is S equals to 1? कि what's the probability कि जो मैंने initial signal भेजा था वो 1 है. लेकिन नोट के तो खाली दो ही केसेस हैं कि either it can be 1 or it can either be -1, और उन्हें ये भी नहीं बताया कि क्या कोई skewed है या कोई या fair है. तो अगर उन्हें कोई इस पे information नहीं दी हुई ना, you're going to assume that it's the same, कि the probability of you sending a signal 1 and or if you sending a signal of -1, they're the same. तो उसकी वजह से ये वैल्यू 1/2 है और आपकी ये भी वैल्यू 1/2 है. ठीक है? अब now comes the beauty of standard normal variables. Normal distributions are symmetric. ठीक है? मैं यहाँ पे आऊंगा, हालांकि मेरी ड्राइंग अल्लाह हाफिज है, लेकिन नॉर्मल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की खासियत ये है कि they're symmetric. The idea that I tried to make when I sent this was that the yellow region shaded here, shaded here should be the same in terms of area as the yellow region of here. क्योंकि नोट करें दोनों 1 और -1 पे स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं. They have the same distance from 0, and naturally 0 will have the same distance from 1. And because they're symmetric from either sides, the area that I'm trying to calculate should be the same. ठीक है? Because normal distribution का curves, they're symmetric. And the values that I'm using from 0, both of them are equal. Hence, everything, the shaded region of yellow will be symmetric. So basically, this value and this value, they're the same. तो अगर मैं किसी, तो मैं इनको अलग क्यों ले रहा हूँ ना, मैं इनको एक स्टैंडर्ड पे कर लूंगा कि like why should they be different, right? तो उसकी वजह से हाफ, मैं इसको अपनी आसानी के लिए भी पी ए कह देता हूँ. ठीक है? हाफ पी ए प्लस हाफ पी ए basically equals to PA. So essentially, if I want to solve this, I just need to find the value of this, and well, my job is done. अब मैं इसको expand करता हूँ. So essentially, what I need to do, चलो मैं इसको फिलहाल अभी 1 कर देता हूँ. ठीक, और नहीं तो फिर -1 होगा. ठीक है? What I need to find now is probability of y is equals to 1, that the directed signal was received as 1 when the initial signal that was sent was -1. उन्होंने बताया हुआ है कि जो आपका y है, y is basically a summation of your noise plus the signal that you sent. So उसूली तौर पे that is also normally distributed ना, हमने बताया, मैंने भी पहले यहाँ पे define किया हुआ है कि y की क्या distribution है. That y is normally distributed with the mean value, बेशक वो 1 हो, बेशक वो -1 हो, depending on what the initial signal was sent, and a certain deviation. That deviation is basically the noise. ठीक है? So essentially what this problem boils down to is that this is essentially a normal distribution. And I'm going to solve this with a normal distribution such that this becomes P is n greater than 1. Note n greater than 1 इस केस में मैटर करता है क्योंकि मैंने वैल्यू ली थी इस वाले ग्राफ की. नहीं, इनिशियल सिग्नल आपका -1 होना चाहिए इस ग्राफ के लिए. ठीक है? आई एम ग्लैड आई रियलाइज्ड वेयर आई वाज गोइंग रॉन्ग क्योंकि इट डिडंट मेक सेंस एज दैट. आपकी इनिशियल वैल्यू -1 होनी चाहिए थी, बट इट वाज रिसीव्ड एज 1, राइट? तो बेसिकली ग्रेटर देन 1 इसलिए मैटर करता है बिकॉज यू आर ओनली कंसर्न्ड विद द राइट साइड ऑफ द डेटा, द येलो हाइलाइटेड पोर्शन दैट आई हैव मेड. ठीक है? सो दैट इज व्हाई इस केस में आपका ये वैल्यू 1 होना जरूरी है. अच्छा, आपका मीन क्या है? आपका मीन 1 है. अच्छा, the idea is I'm going to get into this more detail. I'll get into the ideas. मुझे बस ये समझाना था, बाकी you will get an idea of from the lectures. ठीक है? But I think That is something that I just wanted to clarify. I don't think I need to cover this because the meeting is ending in a few minutes. But the idea that I wanted to clarify was that you converted a chi-square distribution in which you had two different distributions, and then you used standard normal variable key logic to sort of convert that into क्या कहता है, a normal distribution. ठीक है? बाकी चीजें you for more reference you can see the lecture notes. ठीक है? But मुझे what I felt was important was that I wanted to cover till this point where you reach the point where your probability boils down to a simple normal, a standard normal variable. ठीक है? So I guess that's it with my part. I will refine these notes. I will make them better, and I will upload them on LMS. So if you want to see the workings, don't worry. But I hope everything was clear in terms of the explanation. Said highly recommended all of you to go over the work signal processing के notes. ठीक है, I've covered the example. I will add more in these notes in the working later on, but that is basically the gist of what I was supposed to do. ठीक है, are there any questions? For now, I'm going to end the recording so that we can talk properly, so to speak.